So as we reported yesterday, Jenna Ellis, former Trump attorney, pleaded guilty to a felony count in Georgia of aiding and abetting false statements in writing. And basically what Miss Ellis admitted to doing was telling Georgia elected officials false things to try to stop the Electoral College certification of the presidential election. And that's what she did. Okay. So she got in trouble because the millions of people who were in the fraudulent election camp, and this holds to this day, believe what they want to believe, led by their leader, Donald Trump, who wanted to believe the election was a fraud. Still, to this day, he wants to believe that. And he has a perfect right to believe that. And so do the people who support that. You have a perfect right to believe that the election was a fraud. But you can't say it's true. You see, there's a difference between belief and truth. Under the Constitution, you can have all kinds of beliefs. But if you're going to make direct accusations that a presidential election was a fraud, you got to be able to back it up, particularly if you try to influence people to change that election. Are you with me now? So Donald Trump cannot be charged with believing the election was not honest. Can't be charged with that. He can be charged, and has been, with trying to interfere. And that is a fuzzy word, interfere. You gotta prove it's true. So all day yesterday and early this morning, I had to go through the Mark Meadows situation. Mark Meadows, as you remember, was the White House Chief of Staff under Trump, 21 and 20. Okay, he was in there less than 2 years, but very influential man at the time. All right, he's a former congressman from North Carolina, 64 years old, and I really have never met him, but I thought he did a competent job. Now, he was charged with these similar charges to Jenna Ellis. He made a deal. The government's not going to prosecute him, all right, and then he'll tell the government everything that he knows about this Georgia situation. Okay, and other situations. That's the deal. He can say anything he wants about Donald Trump, Mark Meadows. I mean, the media uses the word flip and this and that, but it's all hearsay unless he can prove it, because Trump's going to deny it. You can't. Meadows has got to have more. Now, in this country with due process blowing up, press doesn't care about that. Not one whit. They've already convicted Trump. The liberal press has already convicted him. And they want to, because that's what they want to believe. It's the same thing in a reverse cycle. But as far as the legal ramifications of this, Mark Meadows goes in and says, well, I told Donald Trump that it was not a fraudulent election. I told Donald Trump it was not a fraudulent election. I told him it wasn't. And the reason I said that was because I have asked all the principals, and I did, and you know that because you follow me. All right, let's see what you got. They had nothing. It's exactly the same that cost Fox News $1 billion. So they ran around saying that the voting machines were fraudulent, and they weren't. Or if they were, nobody can come up with any kind of evidence to prove it. You can't do that. So when I'm listening to all this flipping and flopping and this one and that one, it's all BS. But the press loves it. They love it. They want to destroy Trump.